Hey everybody, this is just a quick pop-up video. I will be here later tonight, of course, with Lena at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. But I had a viewer ask me if I would do a pop-up on the visit of, it was a short visit apparently, of John Ratcliffe, who is the CIA director, to Moscow. We know that he met with intelligence people over there. We also know that there's not been such a meeting since 2021, and that's a long time ago. Here we are, 2026. So I mean, who knows what I'll get, whether I'll get anything, but I'd like to know what was the purpose of that meeting? What did they discuss? So I think I'm going to use, instead of picking Ratcliffe or somebody in Moscow. I think I'm going to pick the birds because that will stand for the meetings that they had to see if we can glean anything. Um, okay, so we're looking for the birds. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hyping. I also have formed a community, so it's a nominal cost. It's like you're buying me a cup of coffee. But if you'd like to join that membership, I'd appreciate that. That would be great. Um, so let's just see. We're looking for the birds, and that will stand for the meeting that John Radcliffe had with his counterparts in Russia. Birds look like they're pretty deep in the deck, which doesn't really, it's no significance to that. Okay, here we go. Every time I say that, the card I'm looking for pops up. Okay, so this is the meeting between CIA Director Ratcliffe and his counterparts in Moscow. Well, this is interesting. We have the cross, we have the tower, we have the birds, we have the coffin, and we have the wit. So, seems to me this was not a pleasure visit. This was not a friendly visit, particularly, I don't think. Because this is a card of pain, sacrifice, etc. Now, it's true that they are anticipating, everyone is anticipating the felon losing some power when the House changes hands. Could have to do with that, not sure. Here's a card for the meeting, and I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that. But look, the coffin is the fourth card. I can mirror the coffin with the tower. So there will be things that will end once 2026 elections happen, once we're in 2027 and the new Congress is seated. Uh, and I just feel like there were arguments about this. Remember that uh, the felon is quite friendly to Russia, friendlier than he is to our good friend Canada. And that may have to be, that stance may have to be amended once Congress changes hands. So it could have been something like a heads up around that, like whatever secret agreements you and I have, Moscow, they may have to go by the boards because we're not going to be able to fulfill our end of things. I think it was an unpleasant visit, but I'm going to pull clarifiers on the birds just to see what we get. Yeah, I think this clarifies what I said. So this is the card for the meeting, right? And the clarifiers are the star, the book, and the house. Meaning, this is what they talked about. moving forward, going into the future, this White House doesn't know whether they will be able to be as, we'll just say, helpful and friendly to Moscow and Moscow's interests as they have been to date. Let's pull some more. So I'm going to pull on the cross and I'll pull on the coffin and I'll pull on the whip. Okay, so the cross clarifiers are the bear, which is my card for Russia, by the way, um, the young woman, and the ship. I think that the fact is that some of the pain that our current administration is feeling is around the e-files and the fact that that investigation is going to move forward at a rapid, rapid pace once the government changes hands or the Congress changes hands. And, Russia has compromise on him. Uh, but I feel like this is the e-files. I drew cards on the fourth card, which is the coffin. So something's going to have to come to an end. Some sort of tacit, secret um, agreement that they have about cooperation is going to have to end. Um, Clarifiers are the bouquet, the key, and the garden. One of the things I think that will happen is that will end is that um, the secrecy around whatever agreement that they have. So whatever sweetheart deal Washington and Moscow have had with each other is going to be made public come January. This is the card for public. And the whip, I mean, I think there were, um, I think the conversations were heated. Clarifiers, though, are the lily, the clover, and then again we have the woman. Hmm. For all I know, Radcliffe, as head of the CIA, could have said, the felon, this is the card for an old man, is not in his prime. We'll just put it like that. So, for example, any dealings that you have with him, you may want to do them in a different way because he's not the one you should be dealing with. Um, Now, Clover is fortunate, but it's also quick, fast, and in a hurry. And we have this woman here. I can mirror her with the cross. I don't know. Is our First Lady a handler for the felon? There's been that speculation in the past. I just feel like Radcliffe went there um, to discuss the fact that things will not be able to be the way that they've been all along. And of course, Radcliffe and the CIA and the felon are not happy about that, nor will Moscow be happy about that. I mean, the rest of us can be happy about it, but I think for them, they're realizing that they were probably making some sort of contingency plans for what happens in January. How can we keep up our oh so close relationship in the face of changing US government? That's what I think they talked about. In the fullness of time, all will be revealed. Soon enough, we'll know whether that is what they were talking about. But I think nobody came away happy from this meeting because the handwriting's on the wall. So anyway, that's it. Just a quick little pop-up. Like I said, I'd love it if you join my community. It's the same thing as buying me a cup of coffee, and I appreciate that. Lena and I will be together tonight. Remember that it's a live. I've already put the notification up. So if you'd like to join us live and participate in our chat and ask us questions, we would love to have you. All right, everybody, I will see you very soon. Take care.